Cody LaRiviere. I live in Yakima, Washington. I work for Washington Fruit and Produce, and I manage apples up in Quincy, Washington. Right now, I recently just got done planting an orchard. I've planted orchards for the past 3 years, and so my focus is on getting the structure down, getting everything set up for the foundation of that block. I also have 2 blocks that are mature blocks, and those are in the process of just producing fruit. And so that kind of switches gears to more getting the best quality and yield that we can out of that block. Most of the varieties I have are pretty similar in growing. The only thing that I guess would be challenging more is managing harvest. The very tight windows between honey, ambrosia, cosmics. Honeys can go, you can harvest them up to 3-4 times in a season, depending on the color. And then right after that, you roll into ambrosia, and then cosmics, and then Fuji's at the tail end. So if you don't have the labor, then it makes it a little challenging, but with the new worker programs, we're getting a lot more labor, so it's helping us better manage that. I'm really excited with the technology that's coming into it. A lot of automated valves for irrigation, drone, satellite imagery, NDVI maps that allow you to see not only the stress of the trees, but also what's going on as far as your soil moisture, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of new technology coming in that I think is going to be huge for the industry. And 5-10 years ago, technology wasn't as big, but there's more stuff coming out, apps, things you can do from your phone. Some new things is the automated valve systems. You used to have timers that would switch valves during cooling sets if you do rotational cooling, but now you can switch full drip sets, sprinkler sets. So that's interesting in itself, but you got to be able to manage the overlap on those irrigation sets so you're not blowing up pipes. That's kind of the thing that we'll have to cross that bridge once we get there. Stuff that's kind of been around but coming into play, I guess, would be shade cloth too. So there's 2 systems that we use. There's a louver system and a full panel system that covers the full block. I've only worked with a full panel system, and we're putting some in this year, and I think that will have better quality. We've done reports on it from pack outs and having certain blocks that have panel systems and certain blocks that don't. We've seen increased in quality and premiums packed, and then we've also seen higher yield. The full panel system does cost more per acre, almost maybe twice as much, but the install form, I'd say, would be pretty similar. The only thing is you have more wire with the panel system. And so there's more engineering that comes into it because it's a lot of weight, especially when you have a windstorm come, that's going to affect that. You get hail too. Sun panels help protect against the hail. So if you get any hail, all that weight on that panel could end up popping some wires, popping some posts. So there's engineering that goes into it, and the nice thing about it is there's not one way to do that. There's multiple ways to do a system. It's whatever works best for you and your farm and what you want to protect. The tough part about technology is sometimes it might not always be reliable. There could be some hiccups that happen. I mean, it's AI, it's not a human going out there looking at it. You're relying on this artificial intelligence to tell you whether your trees are stressed or not stressed, and there could be anything. You can get a tractor goes by, knocks something off, and then that'll mess up your readings, or animals out in the orchards. I mean, just kind of day-to-day things that you don't really expect can also make that you cut a line, your pressure goes down, so you have to go out there and check it. So it helps in ways where it'll keeps you honest on what's going on out there, and you don't just kind of willy-nilly go out there, put irrigation on and think everything's getting irrigated. At least you have a check that helps you. For that, you have moisture sensors, and you usually use an app for it that will come through, and you have your depths at anywhere. You can start 8-inch, 12-inch, 16, go all the way down to 24 inches. But and then there's dendrometers that go into trees, and those can tell you if a tree's stressing before the tree actually shows it. So that helps us out a lot in knowing that, hey, you know what, these trees are stressed. Even though they look healthy, we still need to give them some water. And so that helps you better manage your trees, your orchard, soil. So there's a lot that goes into it. There's also apple sizing. So once an apple reaches a certain size, they'll put apple sizers on it, and you can predict what you want that crop to be. So for honeys, for example, we like to keep them small. So say you want to peak on size 80, 88, then you can put an apple size on there and put your harvest date, and it'll allow you to track the growth of that apple to your harvest date and gives you a grid to follow. So that helps with keeping size down, and for other varieties where you want them larger, then you can put a larger size in, put your average harvest date, and that'll allow you to better decide how to manage your water.